Hey y'all. Hey y'all. Welcome to the Kingdom Things podcast. My name is Ashley Nicole Phillips. Ashley Nicole Phillips, and I am a channel for the divine. I channel energies and messages and amalgamate these energies and messages from all of God's creation, from all of infinite creation, in the Kingdom Things podcast to assist with the upliftment of the consciousness of the human being of planet Earth. That is part of my purpose, part of why God created the energy, the manifestation, the creation that is I. An uplifted human consciousness is a humanity with no famine, is a humanity with no disease, is a humanity with no poverty, is a humanity with vitality and longer lifespans. This is a Kingdom Things podcast shorts video. So we are going to jump into a clip, a soundbite from the Kingdom Things podcast installment titled All of the Lights. If you came across this video, whether on Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, there's something in this video that your soul wants you to take heed to. Here we go.
Thank you for joining me on this installment of Kingdom Things. This is your host, Ashley Nicole Phillips, spiritual practitioner, spiritual creative, spiritual healer, by the way of God, Goddess, Source, Essential Son, the Most High, whatever you like to call the force, the energy behind all that is. That is who ushered me into my role of being a spiritual practitioner, spiritual healer, spiritual creative. I want to start by saying, I know nothing. I know nothing. I am simply a vessel for the divine to deliver their message through. I am simply a vessel for the divine to deliver their message through. A medium for the divine to deliver their message through. I'm far from having anything figured out. I'm far from having anything figured out, as we all are. One of the inversions in this world is the notion, the belief that we have to figure things out. One of the inversions in this world is the belief or the notion that we have to figure things out. This world, this universe, all that is being conducted by the greatest maestro that will ever be. Source, God, Goddess, the Most High, Father, Mother, God, whatever you like to call the force, the energy, the power behind what is the maestro, the grand maestro of the symphony that we call existence. God, Goddess, Source, Essential Son, the Most High, is the maestro of the symphony that we call existence. So one of the inversions of this inverted reality is the notion that we have to understand or figure everything out, that we have to figure everything out. We are here in existence, spirits, eternal spirits, seated with the energy of the Most High Creator, God, Goddess, Source, Essential Son, Father, Mother, God, source-seated spirits, using our physical bodies as avatars to experience this earthly realm, to experience physicality on earth, to learn. We are here to learn, to expand, to create from what we learn and expand into. The inversion of having to have everything figured out and having to know everything keeps us stagnant, keeps us anchored in this cycle, never-ending cycle, these never-ending loops of trying to figure things out. The Grand Maestro knows all. The Grand Maestro is the conductor of all. So even the things that we might judge or perceive to be evil or bad, in the grand scheme of all that is playing a part in the Grand Maestro's symphony. Even the things that we perceive to be evil or bad are playing a part, moving parts in the grand symphony of the Grand Maestro that we call God, Goddess, Source, Father, Mother, God, the Most High. We are not here to figure things out. We are here to dive deeper within ourselves, activate ourselves, retrieve our own light, wield our own light, as our own lights that we find within, that we activate within, are an instrument in the grand symphony, the symphonic score of what is, of all that is. So it's not our jobs to figure anything out. It's not our jobs to try to control things. It's not our jobs to judge anything in existence. We can't see the long play. We cannot see or perceive the long play. You're just not going to do it. We're not going to perceive or see the long play. Our only roles to play, our only roles to wield is our own beingness. Our only roles to wield, our only roles to play is our own beingness. As we are God, Goddess, seated spirits, experiencing physicality through our bodies, our divine avatars here in this earth realm. So anything that we perceive as bad or evil is also playing a part, is also an instrument in the symphony of what is. So us trying to figure out anything, us judging anything, keeps us in a never-ending loop of stagnancy. The only way to move forward is through expansion. The only way to expand is to go within. The only way to move forward is through expansion. The only way to expand is within. With focusing on the external world, as we have been inadvertently programmed, trained, and taught to do, we are focusing on things out of our control. We are focusing on roles that are not our roles. We are trying to rehearse lines that are not in our memorization because they're not our roles. With focusing on the external world, we get trapped in these never-ending loops of judgment and trying to figure things out, as well as stagnancy. The only way forward, the only way to move forward in life, in anything, is through expansion. The only way to expand is to go within and activate your beingness, activate yourself. Like I said, I am a vessel in which the divine channels their message through. The message that we have today is super it's very, 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 it's so activating. It's so activating because everything that I report are these are teachings for me too. These are teachings for me as well to expand in this life. So we have another inversion programmed into our DNA, taught to us, an ancestral programming, the inversion of codependency. The inversion of codependency. It's programmed into our DNA to live external, to seek validation external to ourselves, to attach to things external to ourselves in order to feel complete, in order to feel fulfillment. These external attachments, these external validations are false and temporary. These external attachments and these external fulfillments are false and temporary. So we get these false senses of validation and these false senses of fulfillment through other people, such as social media. That's really, really big in our culture, in our society. Now, there's nothing wrong with social media per se. The problem is where we have that validation that's supposed to come from within, where we seek that validation and we get that high, that validating high, that energetic high that says, oh, I'm doing something right, from those likes. So we get that energetic high, that false sense of validation from those likes, from the comments, from social media, right? And I caught myself at this because I'm in training, as we all are, in training in life, learning and expanding. And, I was taught from God, Goddess, told by the divine God, Goddess, your only sense of true fulfillment is going to come from within. It's going to come from me. It's going to come from source, Father, Mother, God. That's the only place you should be seeking fulfillment. That's the only place that you should be seeking validation. Because again, the inversion that we've been taught to seek for validation and fulfillment external to ourselves, it is an intentional inversion to keep us in these stagnant loops, operating in these stagnant karmic loops. The only way to move forward, the only way to expand is from within. And what is within? As we are source, God, Goddess, Father, Mother, God, Most High seated beings, spirits having human experiences. What we're going to find within, what we're going to activate within is Father, Mother, God, is God, Goddess, the Most High source. That's within. That light, that energy that we carry around in most of our lives, that energy is inactivated. Most of our lives, that energy is inactivated due to social programmings of this world, due to social programmings of humanity. That God light within you, that Goddess light within you is inactivated. And that light that's within you, that is the only true source of validation, fulfillment, and love. That is the only true source. Everything external to us, as everything external to us is playing its own role, is doing its own thing, is only a moving target. Everything external to us is only a moving target that we spend our lives trying to hit. And it's impossible. It's impossible. Okay, you hit the target, but that target is going to move. It's going to go do its own thing, and it's going to take your energy with it. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. So we spend our lives shooting our energetic darts external to ourselves, trying to hit that moving target of false fulfillment, false validation that's external to ourselves. Okay, you hit that moving target of the false fulfillment, false validation, but guess what? That target's going to keep moving, and it's going to take your dart of energy with it. The only true source for fulfillment, for love, for validation is seated within us. That God, Goddess light, that source light, that Father, Mother, God light, it's within us. But guess what? Most of our lives, we walk around with that light inactivated because of the false programmings, false indoctrinations, inversions of humanity.
I hope something in this excerpt from the Kingdom Things podcast installment titled All of the Lights rings true to your heart, assists you with elevation in your life on your journey in some way. We are all journeying this life to become. We are all journeying this life to become. There is no destination. There is no endpoint. There is no finish line. Every moment of our lives, we are becoming. So I hope, something in the Kingdom Things podcast content assists you with becoming into greater perceptions of the greatness in which you are. The Kingdom Things podcast is timeless. So within the content, whatever calls to you, click on that and, allow the energies to permeate you and assist you with your upliftment in whatever way those energies can assist you with your upliftment. Again, my name is Ashley Nicole Phillips. Ashley Nicole Phillips, I love you as you are only a dimension and or aspect of myself. Love on yourself because you're worthy of love. The love that you desire is the love that you deserve. Give that love to yourself first. Give that love to yourself first. You are worthy. You are worthy. Bye.